How's it going, guys? My name is Fawaz Joseph, and this is my second video in my series of Flutter UI challenges. But even though it's the second video, it's actually an update on the first one because we never actually finished the first one. And I'm going to talk about why we didn't finish it, and I'm going to talk about what we did to finish it. And in this case, the reason we didn't finish it is because of an issue I actually found. If you look at this, the animation or the mock-up, you can see that as the icon is rotating, it's also being revealed. So I was gonna use transform rotate in a with a clip child with a icon, which is gonna be this widget. But if the angle of the icon on the transform rotate is 0, everything is fine. But if I just change it to non-zero, in this case it was pi over 12, it just shows blank. And actually it turned out to be a legitimate issue. I was the one that actually submitted this, and it turned out to be a legitimate issue in the sense that it does render in some modes but not on Android. And they actually tracked down the issue, and I'm guessing they're working on it, but it still leaves us with the fact that we can't actually do it. I'll link this issue below so you can look at it yourself. We can't do this transformation, this rotate and reveal in Flutter alone, or at least I don't know how. But I found another tool, and I'm sure you know about it if you're hooked into the Flare community. The Flutter community too long. Spoiler alert. You know about Flare, and that's what I happen to use, and you can actually see it over here too. So yeah, I'm bad at keeping secrets, at least in this video. So yeah, let's get started. So as if you can see, I already have all of it, like the home, the profiles, the camera, and the files. But I'm gonna show you how to pretty much create it. Like I'm gonna create one, and then I'm gonna just you can see how it's done because I don't want to create all 4 of them. The video is gonna be super long, and yeah, I don't want to bore you with the details, especially when it's going to be more of the same thing. There is a difference in that the first half goes to the left and the second half goes to the right. But yeah, that's not that. Yeah, you don't care that much. But anyways, here we are. Let's actually start this, and we're going to start a new file. And the difference between a Nema and a Flare is that Flare is newer. And I believe Nema can only support a subset of what Flare can support, meaning Flare actually supports more. So yeah, you should use Flare, but I feel like Flutter also supports Nema. But yeah, that's irrelevant. And we're going to save this, and let's say we're just gonna create the home page, the home animation, and yeah, you guys gonna have to believe me that I created all the rest of them. All right, so we named it. Oh, and I'm gonna hide my face in here because the Flare actually uses the whole thing. It uses all the real estate of the screen. So no matter where I move it, I'm actually obscuring something. And it doesn't help that Flare and Flutter start with the same thing. Like, it starts with F. Sometimes I'll say Flare. Sometimes I mean Flutter. Hopefully you can figure that out. But yeah, I'm going to hide my face so you can see how Flare works. And yeah. And I will be back to do the coding. So don't worry. You still get to see my face if that's what you came here for. And not for the Flutter and Flare. All right. So let's get started. So just like we did before, we are going to go to the material design. Actually, let me just start from here. Material.io. We're going to resources. We go to icons. And you can see we can actually search. It's not going to be one-to-one mapping to this, but it doesn't have to be for our purposes. So we're just going to say home. I haven't found the little dial, the speedometer that it uses, but it doesn't matter. So home. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the field for the selected and the outline for the idle. And you can just click it, and you have the SVG over here. You click that, you save it, but I already have this saved already. and you have home. So you have both of them, filled and outline. We're gonna go back to here, and we're just gonna, do this, and yeah. So you have both of these here, right? And then what we're gonna do is we are going to bring in the field. And one thing you'll notice is that if I move this here, that the node one, the shape, this there seems to be an arbitrary shape here, right? And then, which we don't need. I don't know why they did that. And that's kind of the same for all material design icons. Maybe they're there for some reason, but we don't need it. And you can see that this are not centered. So whatever we do, there might be an offset, but we don't really care about that. And so we want to align it center and align it. Align it center in both cases and align middle. So now there's align. And then we want to do, what do we want to do? One, we want to hide the node, but we don't want to hide the child. And then we want to scale this up 20. And then we actually want to bring this to the middle. Let's center the artboard with an F. So we have this already, right? And we can go ahead and change the color while we're at it. And if we go back to the tab bar animation, this is the color we want. So we go back to home YouTube presentation. Okay. So yeah, this is the color we want. So far so good. And then we're gonna do the same for the home outline. So again, there's just always this arbitrary shape that I don't think adds anything to it. So I always delete it. And then so align center, align middle. So these two align now. And then we're gonna hide the thing. And then we are going to we're gonna make the scale big. And then align center, align middle, right? And this is gonna be great while we're at it. So we have our colors, right? We have our colors, and it looks weird right now, but it's gonna look professional, I promise. Well, it's gonna look not amateurish or the best kind of amateur. I don't know. We'll see. You guys will see. So you have this too, and we're gonna create a mask for both of them. And how are we gonna do that? We're going to create a rectangle that kind of covers all this thing. And then we're going to name it the filled. I don't know. It took me a lot of clicks just to filled mask. And we're going to remove the fill and the stroke. And we're going to actually let me make this 400. And let me make this center. Yeah, that's fine. That's beautiful actually. And then so we're going to change this to, oh my god, outline. It just didn't want to do right. So again, we remove the fill and the opacity, and if they don't have anything, why are they there? Because we're gonna make them a mask, and you can probably figure that out from the name. We go to the filled mask, and we do clip it. No, actually, we go to the home filled shape. We can also go here too. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, if we have more than one thing, yeah, it doesn't matter because we only have one shape under the node. But as long as clipping and say what do you want to do the item for, it's gonna be this, right? So filled mask. And so what happens now is I can either go to translate or press T, and then if I move it up, you see how the purple kind of just slides with me. Yeah, that's what we're gonna shoot for. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for outline. Clip in, outline mask. So if I move this, so you see now it's like it goes with it, right? And that's what we're gonna shoot for. And since we're gonna do a bunch of rotations to both the shapes, we're gonna add them to a group. And I did that with the Control G. I selected both of them and I press Control G. And so yeah, this is good. This is definitely good. This is what we want. And another thing is that once you export this artboard is kind of like your widget, right? And what I mean by that is that I found that it will have this margin, like the contents will be as small as they are in the widgets. Like they will translate right over to the widget in Flutter, right? So what I usually do is I usually go to artboard and I say fit to content. And yeah, I feel like this is good enough. And it still leaves us room for our shimmy or whatever, right? So let's go to animate. We have everything down now. Let's go to animate. Actually, no, we don't. It's because we want the filled mask to not, because we don't want the fill to be there, right? At the beginning. So actually, can I just do, yeah. So it's gonna be like this, and we're gonna animate it to go up. And it actually shows me. So there's another part. The outline mask is gonna have a constraint over here, and then it's gonna be a distance constraint. And if we click this, what's the target? The target will be the filled mask, and it's gonna be exactly. We're gonna use the exact distance. So what happens is I can't move this anymore. But what happens is I can move the filled mask and it will just kind of follow suit. You see, actually I can make it a little tighter. Let me make it a little tighter. Yeah, because there was a bit of like space there. All right, so target. So right. So filled mask. All right, so let's actually do this. All right, so I can't move this anymore, but I can move this. So, okay. Oh, nope. Where's my filled mask? So it's gonna move up. So you see the, oh, come on. Yeah, no, you don't see. Because it needs to be exactly. Alright, so there we go. Now it's happening. Alright, now it's happening, right? Like it's happening. You see, it's kind of like a wipe. So that's gonna be a wipe. Alright, so now we have everything. Let's animate some stuff, guys. So let's make this. Oh, nope. Yeah, it makes sense. You can rename the what's it called, the artboard as well. So we're gonna have 35 frames. I think it should be 25 frames. The rotation should be 25 frames, or the shimmy. But if you look closely to the actual, let's go back here. If you look closely at the animation, you can see whatever is being selected goes a lighter shade of gray before it changes. Like you see, it goes gray, white, and then shimmy, white and then shimmy, white and then shimmy. So that's what we're gonna do. That's for the first 10 frames. Actually, and that's, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. We're gonna have two animation: the select and the select and the deselect. The select, deselect, select, deselect. So, yeah, so you get it by this point. So we're gonna rename this select. Oh, and I double click on the name so I can right click and say rename. And so we have 35 frames, right? That's how long our animation is gonna take. And then for the first 10 seconds, I'm just gonna say this field, no, not mask. This outline is just gonna be a different field. Like, and I do C7, right? So for the first 10 frames, we're just gonna do that. And now we're gonna get right down to business, in the sense that we're gonna do the filled mask. We're going to say, the Y position. It's gonna start at 10, and then we're gonna go straight to 35, and just gonna say middle. Interesting. Why? Okay, we're here. Alright, so we've made this go here. Now, what we need is the shimmy, and the shimmy starts from here, and then we go to 25. -10 actually, and then 0. Yeah, which is fine. I think we might need to play with the interpolation for the rotation and stuff, but like say the rotation starts, a little quicker, but it ends up, no, that's too full. Yeah, we might have to play with it a little bit, but yeah, that's again, like I feel like that's personal, so yeah. And then we are going to move this up just a tiny little bit, right? And then for the select, we're going to move this up. So we have group, then we're going back to 10. And then we're going to do 384, and then we're going to do let's do 360. Yep. Oh, interesting. So I want the filled mask. What? So the filled mask needs to go higher, is what you're saying. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you have the, I can also make the artboard bigger, but, or I can say it doesn't quite go that far. I can say translation is actually 365. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to do it 4 times in a row. At the end it's pretty good, but it's pretty tedious. So, and this is select, and we're gonna duplicate it, and then we're gonna rename it deselect. Right, so we're gonna go here, and honestly we're just reversing a lot of stuff, right? Like the filled mask is gonna, like, we just one, we don't need this anymore. The shape, we don't need it anymore, so we're going to delete it, or the color. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy all the keyframes and move it to the left a little. And then we're gonna go back 25 frames, and that's fine. We don't need that. We're gonna, like I said, we're going to just we're gonna reverse a lot of stuff. So let's say over here is 755. Over here is gonna be 765. We're gonna say get away, and then we're going to say over here is gonna be 2. So right, and then the group, yeah, the rotation will be the same, but all right. 366. Oh my. So we're gonna go here. We're just reversing it, honestly. Right. So you see, now we have a deselect and a select. So it's select, deselect, select, deselect. Yeah. Yeah. So we have that, and that's kind of, yep. deselect, select, deselect, and that's what we want. Maybe I feel like the scale might also be getting bigger, but I think that's just because of like the perception of it going up. But it's good enough, I think. This select, deselect, right? And I think, yeah, this is good enough for us. And this is the part where we usually export it, and then we export it as this. But we've already done that. I can show you, like, I already have the files up. I already have the files, and this is just to show you how this is done. You can look at all of them. Like, I'll put it in the link below. You can look at all of them. And yeah, so we're gonna start. Let's start the emulator while we're at it. So we have everything, right? And if yeah, I was testing some stuff here. Never mind. All right, so we have our Flutter. I was doing some tests, but never mind. So tab bar challenge. So there we go. And actually, let me make this bigger. So if you want to know how a lot of this code works, just look in the first video. And but I'll have it in the GitHub as well. And yeah, so a lot of the code is actually in, I believe, actually I don't need this controller. I don't know why I have it. Yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, and that's one good thing of Flare, is that I'm going to be deleting a lot of code, and I love deleting code. It's like my favorite because it's like less stuff you have to worry about, which is, I feel like, always good, right? Like, hold on, let me do Shift F10, and I'm running the code right now. You're gonna see it. It's gonna be like before, like it's gonna shimmy, but it's not gonna reveal. But while that's going up, let me actually go to challenge bar navigation. So let's actually remove this. Control F8. All right. So yeah, this is our thing. We have all this first half rotation animation because, well, we needed it, right? We needed it, but now we don't, because Flare just kind of takes care of a lot of this. And this selected size animation was also because it got bigger, so we kind of inflated a container, but we don't need those anymore. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of errors, but hey, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. Right, so yeah, we got this. And then we still need this position key because we need the icon position. And this bar item icon is also going to change a lot, actually. And this is probably where our flare is going to go. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Okay. All right. So we are going to actually... Yeah, so this came up. So this is it. You can see this is from the first video. I will link it below too if you want to check it out. But it just does the shimmy. And I think it actually does a good job of it. But like I said, I couldn't do the reveal. And it would have actually been cool, but it led me to learn Flutter. Flare, the F just messed me up. It pushed me to learn Flare, and I think that was definitely a good thing. And what I'm gonna do now is hold on. Why did it? That was real weird. So what I am going to do now is, hold on. Yeah, I am going to change bar item icon, right? Yeah, because I don't think I need this anymore. Yeah. I don't think I need this, right? No, because it all has, I do need the rect getter. I definitely need the rect getter. All right. Like I said, I like deleting code before, but I don't know. That made me sad a little. All right, so let's remove this. Oh, and let's go to project and let's assets. We have assets here. This was me testing before, so let's delete this and let's actually do downloads, Flutter there, do refactor, and so let's come on delete. The fuck. I just want to delete this. Thank you. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna paste on the flare assets here, and you see them all lined up, camera, and then we're going to have assets. We're just gonna have this here. So and okay, so okay, just to make it more, just straight more bottom bar. So move all this to here. Bottom bar, right? So we're gonna save. It's not gonna refresh because it's kind of throwing an to fit. All right, but like we said, we needed the rect getter before. So we are going to say return rect getter key. Bar model dot icon position key, and then we're gonna have a container, and then it's gonna be a child. It's gonna be a container, and then inside that container is gonna be a flare actor. Yeah, and I will also link the this is I already put the pub spec here, but this is how I'm getting the flare actor. Yeah, flare flutter. So flare actor, and what's the file name? We are going to change the definition of the tar bar model. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah, so get dependencies, whatever. We're going to change the definition of this to just be final string file name. So it's gonna be this file name. Yeah, a lot of this stuff already it makes sense. So alt 1, yeah. So we're gonna go to lib and bottom bar. So like we have here is gonna be assets bottom bar home.flr. Actually, home.flr. So it's gonna be camera.flr, and I could just actually that's actually a good point. Let me do files. Oh yeah. I can actually just rename this. So refactor, rename, shift F6. So rename. So what is actually gonna happen here is, because I'm not even gonna have a file name, I'm just gonna have a, because they all follow a pattern, right? So using our thinking head, we just say string get file name equals am I doing this? So text. So yeah, I don't need braces, I only need the $sign. So we're just gonna have, say, camera.fl files. Actually, it'll be better for me to have this open. Home.flr, camera.flr. So we have a little templatizing going on, automation. I'm just saying buzzword at this point, but I like what we just did. It's what we should get out of that. Right. So it's gonna be bar model item dot file name. So everything. Hold on. Oh yeah, we're returning. Yeah. We can actually just do this too, right? Nah, it does. Let's not bother. Okay, he's still complaining about something. Okay, yeah, it's complaining because let me get out of the presentation mode. Okay, while we're here, let's get rid of this. We don't need that. Okay, so do packages.get. All right, so let's run this again. Analysis. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not using them anymore, so it's fine. Yeah, it is fine. Yeah. Yeah, we're just cleaning up a lot of stuff. Alright. Alright. So let's run this. And it should be small. It should definitely be small. Like, yeah, it's not up yet. But we should have something there, is what I'm hoping, right? Like, we have a flat actor. We have to. The reason I wrapped it in a container because I'm gonna change the size and stuff later. I don't get why IntelliJ was like, no, you're not gonna change anything before, but we. Oh, nope. Oh, I know why. Fuck. All right. Yeah, I was saying everything on there. All right, so again, cross our fingers. I think we should have everything, but we shouldn't. Yeah, um, it shouldn't be as big as we wanted so far. All right, it's happening. Oh, why is it just? Oh yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. That's because of the container. It's good. It's good. Yeah. That's because we haven't. Let's do height 50 with 50. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Hold on. Well, one. Let me see if I can do fit box fit dot cover. Let's see if that changes anything. Oh, well, yeah, it changed stuff. So let's do 25. That's way too big. Okay, I think this is 24, because I think 24 is the default size of icons in Flutter. All right, so yeah, we have something, right? But we don't have an animation yet, right? So why don't we have an animation yet? That's because our tab bar model doesn't have animation. Yeah, animation. So what do we have? We have select. Oh yeah, it doesn't have animation. We have select and we have deselect, and from here, right? So we're gonna create a function for that, make it clean and stuff. So animation. So string get. No, animation name. Name is I. So if selected index is I, or index, right? Return selected, right? If actually, is that what I want? because there is that one issue of let me just do it. Hold on. Previous index equal I return deselected, and then else return idle. I think I can honestly return anything here as long as it's not those two, and it wouldn't complain. So let's go up. Animation, right? Animation name is I. Okay. So, oh, is that good? No, that's not good. Why? Select, not selected. Not deselected either. Deselect. Yep, there we go. Nice. You see that, chat? You see that, guys? I said chat. So yeah, there we go. And hold on, let me see if I can bring this emulator into focus more. So like I can also make it bigger actually, so you guys can see. Alt P. So yeah. So yeah, this is yeah. The easing I think could be better, but honestly, like again, we could play with that all day, and I don't want to bore you guys, but yeah, we finally finished this, right? And to be honest, I'm kind of getting tired of this challenge. I spent a lot of times on it, mainly because I was figuring out stuff, including Flare. But yeah, this is it. Like all that code, all that animation was just changed by this simple Flare actor. One day I'm gonna get it right, don't worry. But yeah, and we figure out the animation name. This is the title, and this is just the bottom bar, and this is the position, and how we're moving the indicator's position, like bam, bam. And one of these days, one thing you could look at is also the animated alignment, because this is inside a stack and you can align stuff. But I don't know, I never got it to work for me. Like I feel like if I had to, I could get it to work, but yeah, and I already had this working. But the animated alignment is something you could definitely look at, and you get rid of your dependency on the rect getter package, which is just like syntactic sugar on like getting the I think it's called bounds, clipping bounds. I don't know, I forget, but yeah. There's other ways you could definitely do this, but yeah, this is our code now, which is awesome. And the tar bar model is just like a model of everything. And yeah, and this is just saying get the center divide, but make room for half the width of the indicator. So yeah, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you learned how to make something in Flare. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment. I have a newsletter. I'm gonna put. Oh, okay, yeah. I have a newsletter. I'm gonna put all that stuff in the description. I have a stream where I actually practice all this stuff. So if you have another way you do it, just tell me. So yeah, this has been great, and I think I'm just gonna use Flare for a lot of stuff. Like as you saw, I was mainly deleting code, which is awesome because that less chances for bugs and stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you learned something. Tell me what I could do better. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too long. It's definitely shorter than the last one, but yeah, see you next time. I'm probably gonna do like continuous integration, continued CI/CD for Flutter, because I actually got that working for my personal project. So that's probably the next video. But yeah, check out everything else. Bye. This is taking too long. Bye.